Are you looking for the safest pickup in America? I got the answer for you. I got the 2019 safety picks from the IIHS for full-size and mid-size pickups. I'm going to show you those results coming up in this video right now. Hey, it's Tim Esterdahl, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and my passion is trucks and SUVs. I have the results of the 2019 Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, that's IIHS, crash tests. These crash tests, they determine how the vehicles score on things like rollover accidents, on frontal crash accidents, and then the biggest key this year, and has been for a couple years, is on a small overlap crash test. This is a crash where you would hit like one side of the truck and just bending to one side either way. In this year, they've really focused on passenger side small overlap crash testing. And I'm going to play a video with David Zuby. He's the IIHS Chief Research Officer, and he's going to tell you more about this overlap test.
A small overlap crash is one in which about a quarter of the vehicle's bumper impinges on its crash partner. In our test, that's a rigid barrier. In a real crash, it might be a vehicle, a tree, or other roadside object. We test both the driver and passenger sides, but today's results are for the passenger side. We conduct the small overlap crash because our research showed that despite being designed to protect people in crashes with wider overlaps, many vehicles didn't provide adequate protection in crashes with small overlaps. We estimate that about a quarter of serious injuries and fatalities occurring in frontal crashes come from crashes with overlaps like that in our test. We test both the driver and passenger sides because we think both the driver and front passenger should be equally well protected. It's more challenging to provide crash protection in small overlap crashes because the energy absorbing structures at the front of the vehicle are often missed or not fully engaged when the crash forces are directed toward the outer edges of the vehicle.
As you can see from that video, this crash testing is pretty important. We see this crash quite a bit out in the real world. People hit trees, they hit obstacles, they hit barriers all the time. And last year, they really focused on driver safety. This time, they're really focusing on passenger safety. And they just keep raising the bar on what a top safety pick is. So looking at the results, they found that the 2019 Ford F-150, the Nissan Titan, and the Ram 1500 all got good rating. They're the only three pickups to get that good rating. The rest of them got about marginal, and we had one get poor. And so the poor one was a Toyota Tundra. This one on the crash tests on the small overlap just does poorly. The reality is it's not a bad pickup. It's just that this crash test came out in 2017. The Tundra hasn't been redesigned since 2014, and you could argue it hasn't been really redesigned since 2007. And so it's just not built to pass this test. And that's typically what happens at IIHS. They keep raising the bar to make automakers make the vehicles even more safe, which is good for consumers. But that means sometimes you may have gotten a marginal rating before and now you get a poor rating. That's the reality of it. There was one pickup that got the top safety pick out of all the pickups tested. That was the Honda Ridgeline. They really liked the Honda Ridgeline from the small overlap crash test. Sorry, hard to say. And from the headlights and from the frontal crash braking. They felt like when it had an obstacle in front of it, it braked the best. It had the best safety for the passenger and driver, as well as it had the best headlights. Headlights are becoming more and more a thing. The Toyota Tacoma got knocked because the headlights were really poor. If you remember, and I'll put a video above, the Toyota Tacoma that came out at the Chicago Auto Show, that TRD Pro has improved headlights. Chief Engineer Mike Swears made a big deal about that, and it really makes sense when you look at the IIHS crash tests and, well, if you ever drove it around at night. When you add those better headlights, you really can improve the safety of the vehicle. And that's a pretty important thing for consumers. So if you're to take these crash results and these safety tests, and you just don't take them with a grain of salt, because there's also the NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's testing coming out later on this spring as well. And sometimes those results don't quite mirror what the IIHS results are. So you need to take these results, those results coming in the spring, also your personal opinion, dependability results, resale value results. You got to put them all together, and that's how you come up with a buying decision. But I thought these results were pretty interesting. You know, again, it's all about raising the bar with IIHS. You'll see it this year. The automakers will try to make their vehicles even better to get to the next point, and then you'll see it the following year. They'll come up with another test, and they're just going to keep raising the bar. And again, good for consumers, but yet definitely take it with a grain of salt and look at these as a long-term thing. Just because your truck didn't make it as a top safety pick doesn't mean it's an unsafe pickup. So for more Pickup Truck Plus SUV news, make sure to check us out on pickuptrucktalk.com. Hit subscribe to follow along with these videos. Bell notification to be notified when I put out new videos. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Type in Pickup Truck Talk. Trust me, we're there. Just type it in. It's right there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.